Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and you are listening to a special edition of Spotlight on the Community brought to you by Cloudcast Media, and we're sponsored by Mission Fed Credit Union. We are here live at Noah Homes' annual Summerfest, celebrating 40 years of exceptional care at Noah Homes, joined by my co-host, Alexis Parker. How you doing, Alexis?
I'm doing great. It's fun out here, isn't it, talking to all these great people?
It really is wonderful. And we got two of them right in front of us over here. We got Dick and Ann Riemann. How you doing, Dick and Ann? Good?
Oh, we're great. Thanks.
Very, very good. We'll start with you on this. Ann, you have a son that's part of this group, is it not?
He is. He's been here for about 9 years now.
And how's he enjoying it?
Oh, my goodness. He's loving it. Is real anxious to come back here after he's been on a home visit. Just has so many friends, people that he knew before he moved in here and people that he's met since he's moved in here.
Right, exactly. So, Dick, let me ask you this. How did you guys first find out about Noah Homes?
Oh, that's very interesting. Noah found us.
As they probably find a lot of people, right?
We were at Mass, and at the end of Mass, and Tim was just a baby, just a very young infant, and he was all bundled up, and we were leaving church, and the original Sister Catherine founded this place.
Okay.
And she was there with the original 6 residents at Mass, and she noticed that Tim, who was in Ann's arms, had Down syndrome. And she told us about Noah Homes and what it was for, and she said, you'll probably see a lot of us over the years. And how true that was, because we've been following this place for 40 years, and it's just amazing.
Well, it's life-changing, it's game-changing, it's heartwarming, and there's every other adjective in between all three of those. Alexis?
You know, you talk about that the sisters found you when Tim was just a baby, which was a lucky thing for you all, I think, in that. So tell us what impact Noah Homes has had on your personal life and the life of Tim.
Fire away, Dick. And then we'll go over to Ann. How's that sound?
Tim, we always thought we were doing a great job with him at home. Had him signed up for different sports programs, but he never really had any really developed friendships. I mean, he had a lot of friends through church, but he'd always come back home. But now that he is here, he has friends every day, all the time. And he knows most of the 90 residents, or the 89, because he's one of the 90. And
knows himself, I'm sure. Right?
And that has really made an impact on me, knowing that he's very well taken care of. And the philosophy of this place has attracted so many dedicated staff. Some are here for 25, almost 30 years.
Right.
And it's a philosophy that is just empowering, and I'm so comfortable that Tim is here and so well taken care of.
Well, and like a lot of the other residents that are here as well, he's found his place where he wants to be. He's found his family, his other family, which is really great.
You know, so Ann, just like what Dick was saying, there's nothing more heartwarming for a parent to have their child in a great spot, wherever that spot may be. That just must be something for both of you folks.
Well, it's amazing how this all worked out. We never thought about Noah Homes as a home for Tim until he got a little bit older.
Right.
But he has just thrived here. We live just a couple of miles down the road, so this is practically in our backyard. And he just has gone all kinds of different routes. He's lobbied for in front of the county. He's gone to Washington, and we got to go as well, which was kind of nice. But he is quite a spokesman for different causes at this point.
Right. So when he first came here, how have you seen him grow? You mentioned that he's thrived since he's been here, but what ways? Is his confidence? Is his ability to share his story? Other things he's done?
Well, it has been an opportunity for him to share his story and talk in front of groups, which I don't think he would have had in any other way.
Right.
And he's always been a talker and hadn't had a lot of confidence in front of groups. But he doesn't hesitate to do that now at any opportunity. And he's made so many friends. He knew quite a few people when he moved in here, but now it's just been such a blessing to have him in the midst of all these folks.
Right. He's probably out there dancing now to the song, do you not think? He may be joining the band singing for all I know down there.
And he sings.
All right, that sounds good. We're listening to a special edition of the Spotlight on the Community Show here, brought to you by Cloudcast Media. We're sponsored by Mission Fed Credit Union at Noah Homes' annual Summerfest, celebrating 40 years of exceptional care at Noah Homes. Honored to have with us Dick and Ann Riemann, whose son Tim has been here for 9 years, if I'm not mistaken on this, joined by my co-host, Alexis Parker. Alexis?
Well, we hope Tim will show up because he's celebrating a birthday as well, isn't he? Coincidentally.
He is. He's also celebrating his 40th birthday because he was born within a few days of Noah Homes opening. And that's how we found Noah, so to speak.
It was obviously meant to be. So it's really a great intervention that they have simultaneous birthdays here that he's able to live here and thrive so well and being able to celebrate it. The quality of the care and, as you mentioned, the staff and just the educational opportunities that they're able to give to all the residents here is truly amazing. And that's why your son's thriving so well.
Oh, he is. He is.
Mm-hmm. Great. So what other opportunities or other things people can do to help Noah Homes get noticed or for them to participate in Noah Homes or to support them? What can you suggest?
Well, there's always financial support that they can provide or volunteer support. I've been volunteering out here long before Tim moved in, doing a lot of office stuff, but there's so many opportunities. And just spreading the word. I was in Costco recently, had a Noah Homes sweatshirt on, and a gal stopped me and asked about Noah Homes because she worked at Regional Center and she recognized Noah and wanted to know my connection to them.
And what did you say?
Well, I told them. If she had an hour, I would have told them the whole story.
Only an hour, Ann? Only? Oh, my goodness. Okay.
But she knew of Noah because of Regional Center. It's got quite a reputation.
Yeah, without question on this. So, Dick, let me ask you this question. Our spotlight on the community audience is benevolent, sort of ties into what Alexis just asked. but they're always liking to give. They're always liking to support. If you had the opportunity to talk to every one of our listeners, what would you ask them to do to continue to support this great work? Yes, fundraising is important. What else?
First thing, I would come out here for a tour just to see what this place is. And then they're hooked.
Yeah.
And then they would, if they knew of any families that had children with disabilities, they could find out more about Noah. But and to also make sure that the Congress funds this place adequately.
Yeah, you really cannot say that enough, to say the least, on this. And as you mentioned before, getting more people to be aware, and there's nothing better to get people to understand how to support something than for them to visit it and for them to see it and to touch it, as you're saying, in that aspect as well. And, we've seen this quite a bit with different topics we've had on our Spotlight show, and that is a common refrain. Talk to your Congressperson. Let them know how critical whatever the issue is, whether it's literacy, whether it's homes and all that business. And it makes a difference when you contact your Congressperson. I know that for a fact, and so I think that's a great idea on this. Alexis, what other questions do you have for?
Well, I just wanted to ask these folks here if you could give Noah Homes and other organizations that help special needs people, what would you do for them? What do you think they need the most, besides funding and fabulous people like Molly Nocon and all the dedicated people that work here? Is there anything else that you can think of?
Just if there's any way to build more communities like this.
Good point.
I mean, Noah has a national, even a global reputation for what they do. And there's just people out there with the money to support, to do this.
Well, and I think that's why these podcasts are important in our audience, because you never know who's listening. You never know whose person is related to Bill Gates or whoever the case may be. In all seriousness, you just don't know. And so talking about it, Molly's been on my Spotlight show a bunch of times, and she'll continue to be on it, because you got to say it once, twice. You got to say it 450 times, because you just don't know who out there is listening. And as you build this group and this crescendo and all that, you'll start talking to Congress people. You'll start getting folks in the supermarket to do this and to find out what's going on. There's just nothing better than this. Well, we cannot thank you enough for coming on our podcast, and we will certainly talk to Tim some other time. How's that sound?
Well, happy birthday, Tim. That's all we can say.
That's right. Maybe we'll
Hope you have a great one.
Maybe we'll have some cake with them. I really appreciate that. We've been chatting with Dick and Ann Riemann. Son Tim has been at Noah Homes now for 9 years. Listen to a special edition of the Spotlight on the Community show, brought to you by Cloudcast Media, sponsored by Mission Fed Credit Union, joined by my very cool co-host, Alexis Parker. We're live at Noah Homes' annual Summerfest, celebrating 40 years of exceptional care at Noah Homes and Tim Riemann's 40th birthday. Thanks for joining us.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.